They told us marriage would make us complete, that it would turn boys into men, that it would give us a foundation, a partner, a family, and a home, that stepping onto that altar was stepping into purpose. For generations, that narrative was close enough to the truth that men believed it, and many still do. But a growing number of modern men are now quietly asking, complete for whom? Because somewhere between tradition and today, the deal changed, and nobody told the men who were still honouring the old rules. Today's men are not running from love. They're running from a system that no longer guarantees love will remain when the papers are signed. And for the first time in modern history, millions of men are responding not with rebellion, but with refusal. They looked at the contract. They studied the outcomes. They saw what happened to the men who went before them, and they decided, no thank you. This shift isn't selfishness. It's survival. The data is no longer subtle. 57% of men under 35 now say they don't plan to marry. Marriage rates are the lowest they've been in 120 years. The average age of first marriage has risen over a decade in one generation. Never married is now a mainstream lifestyle, not a fringe exception. Something fundamental has shifted in the male mind. A new awareness. Men have realized that marriage, as an institution, no longer protects them. In many cases, it exposes them, emotionally, financially, legally, psychologically, and when the consequences of a bad decision can dismantle a man's entire life, more men are deciding not to make the decision at all. 1. The economic risk. Men carry marriage used to be a survival strategy. You needed two people to raise kids, run a household, and create stability. But today, women earn their own income. The state steps in where families break. The legal system attempts to compensate inequality, which means this: marriage has shifted from mutual necessity to a regulated economic contract, one with severe consequences if it collapses. Divorce today is not just heartbreak. It is a financial event. Assets divided, income garnished, housing lost, time with children negotiated like business hours. Most men don't fear providing, they fear losing everything they built. And statistically, when a household is destroyed, the man usually pays the cost, financially and structurally. No successful man invests in a system where the downside is total collapse, not anymore. 2. Identity. Men aren't willing to disappear. Men don't fear partnership, they fear absorption. Today's culture pushes a narrative that marriage should change a man, soften him, reshape him, redirect him. But the modern man has ambitions. He has a mission. He has a self he is finally proud of. He sees his life as a project, and he doesn't want that project replaced by a role. Not husband, not default. Provider, not the person responsible when anything goes wrong. If partnership means two people thriving together, men are in. If it means dismantling personal identity, they are out. A relationship should amplify a man's purpose, not erase it. 3. Respect. A non-negotiable requirement. For men, love is built on respect. Without it, intimacy dies, motivation fades, resentment grows, connection collapses. Countless men watched marriages in their family shift, from romance to criticism, from appreciation to expectation, from partnership to performance review. Many carry a vow deep inside: I will never live like that. Men would rather stand alone with dignity than be partnered and dismissed. 4. The mental health awakening. For decades, men were told to swallow stress. That sacrifice defined manhood, that suffering was noble. Now men finally understand. Peace is not weakness. Boundaries are not selfish. Solitude is not loneliness. And they are unwilling to sign up for a life where every argument threatens stability, every mistake becomes fuel in the next conflict. Their emotional needs are minimized or mocked. Marriage is supposed to soothe the mind, not break it. If it can't provide mental shelter, why enter it? 5. The legal reality. Too much to lose. Family courts do not operate under romantic ideals. They operate under legal ones, and men overwhelmingly fear losing access to their children, losing their home, being presumed disposable in custody matters, being financially bound for years after love ends. A man can be a loving father and still walk away with a visitation, not parenthood. He can be faithful, devoted, hard-working, and still lose everything. High risk, uncertain reward, no guaranteed fairness. That is not partnership, that is liability. 6. Modern life made singlehood better. The old benefits of marriage: companionship, sex, social respect, shared finances. A structured future today, none of those require a wedding ring. Men build brotherhoods through work, sports, and community. Dating and intimacy exist without marriage. Success and confidence create respect. Technology simplifies living alone. Flexibility creates freedom. A man can design a fulfilling life on his own terms. He doesn't need permission. He doesn't need social validation. Single is no longer waiting to be chosen. It is a complete lifestyle. 7. Men have seen the other side. Many men grew up watching. Divorce, break a home, their father lose the house, their mother cry from stress. The love that built them turn into the pain that shaped them. They learned early, not all promises protect you, and trauma quietly becomes instinct. Why repeat a pattern you survived? 8. Standards have changed for everyone. Men want love, but not illusion. They want reciprocity, accountability, emotional safety, shared responsibility, partnership where effort matches effort. Men are not lowering standards, they are raising them. If a relationship destroys peace, it isn't worth it. If love turns to leverage, it isn't love. If commitment requires self-betrayal, the answer is no. So what now? This isn't a war between men and women. It's a moment of truth for the institution that connects them. Marriage must evolve, or its relevance will continue to decline, not because men hate love, but because men finally love themselves enough to protect their future. Connection should be chosen, not coerced. Commitment should empower, not endanger. Love should build two lives, not consume one. Men want partnership, a teammate, a sanctuary, a shared mission. But until that is what marriage guarantees, more men will choose the path where peace is protected. A life designed by him, not dictated to him. Final word. If you're a man in a strong, respectful marriage, honour it, protect it, make it your masterpiece. If you're questioning marriage, think critically. Do not apologise. And if you choose freedom over tradition, stand tall. You are not lost. You are not less. You are not selfish. You are simply a man who finally understands that your life is your most valuable asset, and you will not sign it over without certainty.